Hi, welcome in. It's day-oyabunmi. Welcome back to another Messages from Ori. Ashe. So today we're actually channeling messages about the leaps of faith that we need to take in the days, weeks, and months ahead. Because you know the divine is calling you to make some changes, but you've been afraid. And the divine is like, stop being a punk ass, you know what. I don't think the divine would say, but then you never know. I've heard some interesting stuff from Spirit, honey. Anyway, if you're interested in your own personal reading, because this is a collective reading, you may book your own reading on my site, daydreamaustin.com. You'll also find an ebook on how to read tarot intuitively there, Ifa-Orisa related ebooks, online trainings, and Ifa reading, Head-Orisa readings, things like that on my site. All that information is in the description box below. Okay, so today we're using the Modern Witch Tarot. We're going to use the Wisdom Oracle, Chakra Wisdom Oracle, and a deck that I created myself, okay? Some of you, I just looked over at my rose quartz. Some of you need to take a leap of faith in love, and you know it. You need to take a chance. Some of you have met someone that gives you butterflies in your stomach, and they're like, okay, like you could tell they're a decent person. You've gotten to know them. They have a good character. But because you've been hurt in the past, you are petrified. Like you're so scared. You're not sure that you can take another heartbreak. The divine is saying we have to stop getting stuck in the past. We end up carrying baggage from the past into our present and future. And what it does is block us energetically from having what we desire and what we deserve. My benevolent and honorable guides, please, what do my viewers need to know today about the leaps of faith that they need to take? Some of you need to move. You're feeling called to move to a new state. Some of you a new country, some of you overseas. But there's a fear, and I don't know if, and this is again, I'm getting that a lot of us have like energetic imprints from the past because things didn't work out. Like the last time I moved, this happened, oh, it was bad. It didn't work out. The reading said I should do it. I did my bow. I did this and it just didn't work out the way I expected. There was some type of loss, hardship, heartache. And because of that, there's like this defensive energy with the Nine of Wands. And there's a fear of moving on and moving forward. But I feel like you're being called. You might actually have two places in mind, or you're trying to decide if you should stay where you are or go to a new place. So there's like a decision that needs to be made about movement. The divine is really trying to, and I know they're doing this with me, really pushing this notion of letting go of fear. We didn't come here to be so fearful, to be so afraid of everything, to be so bogged down by trauma and the pressure of trauma. So we have to let it go. What leaps of faith do those watching need to take at this time? What leaps of faith do they need to take at this time? I love it. Some of you are being encouraged to, and you've been feeling this, there are children in your energy field. There are children who are waiting to come through you as the portal, you and your partner. Some of you, again, are very, very afraid. Some of you look out into the world. This is me. And I see the way the world is and are like, I am not bringing a child into this shit. But the divine is like poppycock. There's so much joy, abundance, and wellness attached to the coming of a child for you. So much. Some of you have had life inside of you in the past. Some of you women have. And the pregnancy either was a miscarriage or terminated. And, that's what this is right here. The divine is saying, don't be afraid. Like, again, we have to let go of fear. For some of you, this card, the Sun, is calling on you to really prioritize joy. Some of you need to face your inner child. You've had a lot of trauma and hurt and pain in your childhood. And the leap of faith that you need to take is to face it, to deal with it either through some type of therapy, hypnosis, something. You need to do something to address the wounds from childhood. Some of you are being encouraged to play more. Play, 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 play. That's the leap of faith you need to take. You're too serious. You take things too serious. You're analyzing too much. You're in your head too much. You need to have like a very, take a very grounded approach to life. You know, get outside, put your feet in some grass, dance, play, just loosen up. Okay, that's the leap of faith you need to take. What else do we need to know about a leap of faith? So, some of you have allowed people to overstep your boundaries a lot, and the divine is actually telling you that the leap of faith you need to have is to hold up your boundaries. If you're someone that people take advantage of a lot, the divine is like, shut that down now. Let's see. Leaps of faith that these humans need to take at this time. Leaps of faith. Again, with this traveling, some of you, you want to go on a cruise, but you're afraid, or you're kind of on the fence. Really, like, sit with your intuition and see if are you pushing away that idea because of fear, or is it a real intuitive hit that it's just not a good time to go? Some of you are just like, again, fear. With the Three of Wands, I'm also seeing the same thing I saw with the Two of Wands, though, guys, with being encouraged and called to move. This is also travel, leap of faith. If you're someone who hasn't traveled in a while because of the pandemic, or fear of being around a lot of people, or just, you know, hesitation because of what we just came out of, the divine is saying there's no better time than now to venture out, to go on a new adventure. Taking a leap of faith for some of you has something to do with the land. I don't think it's just hiking. For some of you, it might be camping. There's something about land and the earth, and I feel like if this is you, I don't know, it might have something to do with farming, but that's the leap of faith that you're being encouraged to take. The King of Swords just fell out. So with the King of Swords, you're being encouraged to take a leap of faith when it comes to speaking your truth. There's a need for clarity, for you to be clear about what it is that you want, what you expect, and for you to share that. I feel like some of you are used to allowing others to kind of get their way and go in the directions they like. And now with this combination with the King of Swords and the Nine of Wands, the divine is kind of pushing you to transform and be more open and honest about what it is that you want in life, what it is that you will expect out of situations, what boundaries you're holding up, and things like that. For some of you, the leap of faith is that you need to cut somebody the hell off, and you're afraid to do that, or you're afraid of hurting their feelings. But there needs to be clear communication. If someone has overstepped boundaries again and again, and they just don't care about your feelings, that's the leap of faith, cutting someone off that you might not want to do that. This is also telling someone a truth that you don't really want to share. But I think it ends up working out better than you expected if you're honest and tactful, you know? What leaps of faith do those watching need to take? Yo, I'm sorry. A lot of this is about standing up for yourself, really speaking up for yourself, being confident in your thoughts and beliefs, being open to some of you. Also, the leap of faith is that you have very strong intuition, but you're not used to really following it. You may hear voices, you may be clairaudient, you may see spirits, and there's like a fear to go down this path. The divine is inviting you, has its arms open to you and wants you to come on down. The leap of faith for some of you is some of you have a lot going on and the divine wants you to rise above the madness in your life. That might mean separating yourself from people, going in a new direction, literally like physically separating yourself from people who bring drama to you. Yeah, just kind of walking away, leaving behind anything that's bringing drama into your energy field. This could be some type of retreat, vacation, stepping away, you know, when all hell is breaking loose, instead of you being a part of it, when it don't have nothing to do with you, like literally walking away from it. Separation, separation, separation. Self-discipline. For some of you, the leap of faith is that there's some area where you've been kind of free and just kind of doing what you want. This could be your diet, you know, anything, you know, substance abuse. And your leap of faith is to discipline yourself. This could be if you want to start a YouTube channel, making an effort to record constantly or to research it, you know, figure out how to go about it and things like that. The last card from this deck for leaps of faith that those watching should be focusing on at this time. Okay, with the Lovers and the Everything is Fine card here. Some of you need to, the leap of faith is that you need to admit that a relationship is over. That has hurt you so much, and that it's time to move on. This is going to be difficult for you because I see that you put a lot into this relationship and you just want it to work out. Yeah, and it's just tough. It's been tough emotionally, energetically. For others of you, and you'll know the difference, some of you are overthinking love to the point where you're freaking killing yourself and you need to stop. And that was the first message I got about someone who has someone who really wants to love them, that's a good person for them, but they're overthinking. And it's kind of like your energy is stuck because you're thinking too much about the situation. Instead of going with the flow and just being present, you're thinking about it too much. And then with the Six of Cups here, that's genuine love and appreciation from someone. With both of these cards being a 6, this is a nurturing love that you need to stop overthinking. For some of you, it's the opposite, and you know it is. I'm not talking to you. You got to let this go, and I'm sorry. I remember when I was in situations like that, it was always the hardest to admit. I had someone, I don't know if it was an ancestor, come to me in a dream and like tell me like, yo, this guy is not a husband. Don't like literally, he's not a husband. Don't prioritize him. I was like, damn. Okay. Despondence. For some of you, the leap of faith is that you have to let go of pain. Some of you are holding a lot of pain towards your mom, non-forgiveness towards your mom, and there's a need to go in a new direction where that's concerned. You have to let that go. Time check. Other leaps of faith. Last couple of cards, leaps of faith that my viewers are going to be taking in the coming days, weeks, months. Let me get a clarifier for this card. Is this to go into or come out of for this card? Okay. So some of you need to come out of wait. My spirit guides was like, nope, that's not what we said. The leap of faith is some of you need to go into isolation just to focus on yourself and your healing and well-being. Step out of the spotlight. I don't know why I said that. Some of you are in the spotlight. Step out of the spotlight. Separate yourself. Remember, I was saying kind of like with this card, separating yourself from the drama. Step away because you need to do some real self-care, self-nurturing, and that's going to support you. And this is so interesting. For some of you, there's a leap of faith that's going to bring a miracle into your life with the miracle card. Some of you are being urged and nudged to do something because it's going to bring such an amazing outcome. You have no clue as you're watching this what is going to happen by you taking this leap of faith. Some of you, it revolved around sharing your gifts, sharing a gift of intuition, or it's going to be related to some type of spiritual person, spiritual gift, spiritual message. Or this could just represent me telling you a miracle is coming for you. So take a leap of faith because what you're going to get is going to be so amazing. The divine is like, stop just staying stuck in one place and stuck in pain and trauma. Step out of that. And this is the energy you step into. Ashe. If this has helped you today, please like and subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you. See you next time. Bye.